káàárọ̀ ṣára lè ara wa máa lè o ṣàárẹ̀ o ojú wa ò ní rí bí inú wa dùn kalẹ̀ ṣẹ́yí on occasions like this joy just wells up in my mind for no other reason than the fact that God has been so kind to preserve all of us to witness His day. We all heard of the unfortunate incidents of somebody who, as at Monday, that we were presenting the burnt certificate, she was no more. Tí yóò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ọwọ́ yìí máa fi gba ẹ̀tọ́ ní. Before I read these so-called keynote address, let me just crave the indulgence of my colleagues on the top table that I'm skipping every protocol because the NC has more than done justice to introducing everyone seated here. Secondly, I want to implore all of us that it is extremely important that we pay very rapt attention to the content of this seminar. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can be more important at this moment other than what the facilitators would tell you. And I'll tell you why. You have all served this government and the good people of Lagos State so very diligently for so many years. It is now nearing the time that you will bow out gracefully from service. But it is expected that you are not going to leave service empty-handed. The benefits that you truly deserve is what we are here to discuss about, so that you will be well prepared to know, one, how you will quickly be able to access that benefit. Two, what manner of lifestyle you will be advised to adopt upon your exit from service. Three, how to wisely utilize and invest this money you will receive. Therefore, please put your phones in silent, or better still, just switch them off. You will lose nothing by missing any call in the next 1 to 2 hours when you are here to discuss your future. I would plead that we maintain silence and listen very attentively, take notes where we need to, and ask any and every question that might be agitating our minds, particularly after they have delivered those lectures, so that whatever is not clear, whatever gray areas that remain, we can assist you to throw more light, on such areas. On that note, let me just formally welcome everyone here and comment that it is with great pleasure and profound honor that I welcome you all to the 6th in the series of our pre-retirement seminars, which is usually held biannually and usually organized and put together by the Lagos State Pension Commission in collaboration with the state's approved pension fund administrators and insurance companies. This effort is as a result of high-level consultative and cooperative arrangement between Lagos State Pension Commission and stakeholders in the pension industry, with a view to creating adequate awareness and enlightenment for our employees on the need for them to fully come to terms with the realities and provisions of the contributory pension scheme as provided for in the Lagos State Pension Reform Law of 2007. It is of great importance to note that this sixth seminar is specifically organized for employees who are planning to retire statutorily or voluntarily from Lagos State Public Service between this month of July and December of 2014. It is therefore designed, as usual, to further broaden your knowledge on how best to prepare for your retirement and access your retirement benefits under the contributory pension scheme. There is no good saying the fact that the heights already attained in the implementation of the contributory pension scheme by the administration of the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, is unprecedented, unrivaled, and unequaled throughout the country. Lagos State has continued to be the pace setter with others are trying to emulate when it comes to the administration of pension scheme. Consistent with our policy of ensuring that retirees get their retirement benefits as at when due without stress usually associated with the old pay-as-you-go scheme, the state government, through the Lagos State Pension Commission, organized the second and concluding tranche of the 11th retirement fund certificate presentation just 2 days ago. That was on Monday. A total number from the two batches amounting to 791 retirees drawn from various ministries, departments, and agencies of the state government, as well as local government areas, teachers' establishments and pensions, and the state's universal basic education student, were paid a total of 3.5 billion naira. Being their good right for past services to the state prior to the commencement of the contributory pension scheme. I can affirmatively confirm that as at the 11th batch of our retirement bond presentation ceremony, a total of 4,990 retirees of Lagos State Public Service have so far been paid their retirement benefits, totaling about 26.2 billion. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this pre-retirement seminar is aimed at assisting you to adequately understand how to access your retirement benefits without stress, thus preparing you for your physical, emotional, and financial well-being in retirement. It is also programmed to afford you the benefit of being in a better position and frame of mind to build a comfortable and rewarding life in retirement by properly weighing your benefit withdrawal options. The facilitators will expatiate more on the full contents of the provisions of the law regarding how we will access your benefit. But I think it is important that you note that your retirement benefit comprised of one, the total contributions in your RSA, that's your retirement savings accounts. This is the one that you contribute to every month, that 7.5% is deducted from your salary. And the government, on its own part, contribute equal amount of 7.5 into that your RSA. That is one leg of it. The second leg is what we call the accrued rights, which represents the total pension benefits as at March of 2007. That is all the benefits that derived to you before the commencement of this new scheme. Why it is important to note this, and I'm sure that Mrs. Ononuga will expatiate further on this. The benefit would consider your rights as at that date, meaning that it will be computed and calculated upon your grade salary level as at that date, not as at the date that you are retiring. That is very important to note. Because it is called accrued rights as at March of 2007. Therefore, your computation would be based on your salary as at that date. If you have any further inquiries on that, I'm sure Mr. Ononuga will expatiate further. I would therefore now wish to emphasize again that amongst other things, the purpose of this seminar is to explain the procedures for processing your end of service benefits, how to monitor and ensure that your retirement savings account is up to date with payments of the statutory monthly contributions which I just referred to, and also highlight the two exit options of program withdrawal provided by appointed fund administrators and annuity for life provided by insurance companies as provided by the Lagos State Pension Reform Law. Again, you will have facilitators here that will explain to you what these two options entail. You will also have the privilege of other very important topics such as living healthy in retirement and on investment, how you can make good investment decisions with the benefits that you would be collecting at the end of your service. I pray that all of you present here would use your own hands to collect your benefits. Well, if you shall let you. Ní ọjọ́ ẹ̀yẹ ní ọdún fi yípa mọ́ ẹ̀yẹ dùgbò láìsàn. Ọ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ lórí ìṣẹ́ yán. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wá ṣe gba ẹ̀tọ́ yín náà, á bá yín kalẹ̀. Ẹ̀mí ìkùnkùn lè máa fi lò ó. Ẹ ò ní ṣánwó. Pé orí àwọn ọmọ yín aṣojú yín. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní ọmọ láṣọ? Olórí aṣọ yóò ní fàyọ. I wish to appreciate and acknowledge the commitment of the PFAs that have been working with us, that is those of them that are approved by Lagos State Government and the insurance companies as well, for their unalloyed support and regular sponsorship of this seminar since we started some years back. I also wish to give kudos to the board management and the ever committed and highly dedicated members of staff of the Lagos State Pension Commission, my people, who have not relented on our collective resolve to ensure that workers in Lagos State Public Service continue to enjoy the best of services. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure once again to welcome you to this seminar and urge you all to pay adequate attention to the facilitators who are prepared to give you the best of every topic, and please do not hesitate to ask questions relevant to all the topics to be treated. While wishing all our Muslim brothers and sisters Ramadan Kareem, I wish you God's forgiveness, favor, and mercy as offered by the blessed month of Ramadan. Amen. Please do have a wonderful seminar. Thank you. God bless you. Because àwọn àdúrà kan téèyàn bá ṣe láti ọkàn ìfà ẹ tó ṣàdúrà yẹn gan ọwọ́ tó fi ń mu ẹ̀yìn kan ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ń gbọ́. So God will answer our prayers. Yes, we are now to start with the lecture.
All protocols observed. As my DJ has said, we are not here this morning to waste your time. We know that our Muslim brothers and sisters are fasting, and before you get weary, we want you to be able to digest all what we have to tell you this morning. It is your future. It is your life. And it's very imperative for you to know things that pertain to your well-being. There is a difference between somebody that will enjoy life in retirement and somebody that will be crying. But that will not be your portion. In Jesus' name. I thank God for bringing you here this morning. And it's indeed cause for joy because there are those that have left this earth. There are people that you started work with, but they are not here to be able to partake of this. So I crave your indulgence to please listen carefully, even as we start the seminar this morning. Get your papers ready, your pen, and please, if there is anything that you do not understand, please just jot it down after the seminar. You are free to ask questions. Now, going to the body of the paper, the pre-retirement seminar. Can you jump right now? Office. And walk around and probably just interact with the IT people so that you get the gist of what we want to talk about this morning. Picture of this morning. The first one, you have a choice whether you want your retirement to be like this. Something happened. It's because what you ought to do, you didn't do it early. And so when you retired, there were times when you had to go hungry. This picture was taken at when he was trying to process his retirement papers. And this is what you can see. He had just about 10 naira beside him, and somebody had to give him pure water to drink. But I pray yours will not be like this. The other way your retirement can be, you can have a retirement like this. This shows somebody that has planned well for his retirement. And you can, this man, their retirement, their children are enjoying the life of bliss. Assist us and should to do what you need to do. You may decide that you are tired of working for government, you are tired of working for anybody, you want to be self-employed. You can choose to go on your own. You can choose to also live for greener pastures. However, some people live on account of death. But by virtue of the fact that you are here for people together, is people that will retire not voluntarily, but those that will retire statutorily. Some of you are here, you are retiring by virtue of your age, that you are going to turn 60. Some of you, because you have spent 35 years in service. So your retirement is what we call statutory retirement. And I know you are all looking forward to it. That is why you are here this morning. Now, if you need to understand what the retirement starts with you, it starts with you. And a lot of people are afraid of retirement. A lot of people are afraid of retirement. And one wonders, why are they afraid of retirement? They are afraid of tomorrow. They look at the fact that while they are earning, while they are working, the money they are earning should have left. And haven't been able to get their money. And they see how they look like. And they don't want to be like that. And so people start to worry unnecessarily. And what are the fears of these retirees? Number one is causing loss of income, like I mentioned. And earning money is not even sufficient. What happens if I don't now have a regular income? And so they think of the financial insufficiency and then they develop anxiety. You will find some people, they never had any ailment, not a serious ailment, but the last year before retirement, they start to develop hypertension. Why? Because they are afraid of what the outside world looks like. It's like you have been protected, you have been shielded, so to say, and now you are exposed to the outside world. But the truth of the matter is, those are fears. We will talk about it, that they are not really, that they are baseless fears. And like I said, the way we all started, when we were agile, but as we were growing older, many of us will develop arthritis, some of us diabetes, and so you are wondering, where will I get money to be able to provide medical care for myself in retirement? So you also wonder, I'm still living in a rented accommodation, where will I get money to pay my rent? Most especially the men. I would say most especially men, because gone are the days when you find men only being responsible for the home, yes or no? So now we do it jointly and add it together. So you find out that when it appears that one leg is going to have issues, then a lot of us start to worry. And as we start to worry, we also look at our lives. We wonder, I've been working for 35 years. How much have I? We started work one day and we will leave that establishment one day. So we need to settle with that in our minds, that retirement is inevitable. Ọgọ́ta owó aláàárọ̀ àpé tó bá di jọ́kàn, a máa ní láti jókòó sílé wa ni. And one thing we also need to come to terms with is that we will all leave the office, but the office will remain. We need to come to that time. Let us know that we will leave. And so if we will leave, then we need to just package ourselves to ensure that when it is time for our exit, that we do it in comfort and in style. So if God grants you the grace to be alive when it is time for you to retire, then give thanks to the Almighty God. Like I said, office will reign away. I tell people like that. So if you like, believe that if I'm not there, the office will collapse, the office will go on. So you need to come to that realization. Then you also need to recognize the fact that because you are leaving office, that does not mean your life has stopped. It does not mean, you need to settle yourself, your mind on that. It doesn't mean that your life has stopped. And that is why people engage in hanky-panky business when they are about to retire. And some people are used to have their appointment determined. What I mean is they just focus attention on it. Because you never know, you may become a great employer of labor. But if you don't start something, then you are just on your own. And the truth of the matter is, true wealth does not come from serving anybody. It comes from you being an employer of labor and for others serving you. That is true wealth. And in essence, for you to multiply the resources that has been placed in you, you need to think carefully to be able to flow. Now I'm displaying this on the screen so that you will understand. This is just the background. And we've called you here this morning to counsel you. What are the benefits of today's meeting? To make sure you are financially prepared, to make sure you are morally prepared, to make sure that you are psychologically prepared. Because if you are prepared, then you go out there and do what you need to do. And it enables you to have a meaningful life in retirement. All the materials have been put in your document. You need us to talk about, just write it down as we go to the main body of the paper. Next slide. We're about to start the new talk. What are the features of the contributory pension scheme? A lot of us will be used to the old scheme, the pay-as-you-go scheme. But I tell you, the contributory pension scheme is no longer new in Lagos State. So we really don't need to educate you on the nitty-gritty of what the contributory pension scheme is all about. The last 7 years, government has been deducting 7.5% of your basic housing and transport from your salary. For the past 7 years, you have all maintained a retirement savings account with a pension fund administrator of your choice. In Lagos State today, we have 6 pension fund administrators. And these 6 are all known to you because as you are seated here this morning, each one of you, one or the other, registered with one of the 6 PFAs. The 6 PFAs we have in Lagos State are Stanbic IBTC, we have Crusader Sterling pensions, we have NLPC pensions, we have ARN pensions, we have which other one? Leadway and Trust Fund. So those are the 6 that we have in Lagos State. And as you are seated here, like I said, you know who is managing your funds. So we don't need to tell you stories about that. These contributions are put there for a particular purpose. And it's to ensure that your retirement benefit is paid as and at when due. That means when you leave service, a lot of funds that have been deducted from your account, they are already in your account, for which the government has contributed, you have also contributed, and this money in the last 7 years they've been working for you. And that is why if you look at your statement of account, for those of you that can interpret your statement of account, you will see that the money is not lying there idle. You will see, if you look at the top part of your statement of account, for those that have never looked at it critically, it's imperative for you to look at it. On the top part of it shows your contributions, it shows you the return on investment, and it shows that in the last 7 years, your fund has been growing really at a very high rate. So that's part of it that is going to be used to provide you comfort in old age. That's one leg of the contributions. And as the DG has said, you heard him mention earlier on that the people that we paid about 2 days ago, they were paid what we call accrued rights, which is what was due to them for their years in service before we commence the contributory pension scheme. So whatever you have worked for, it will be paid into your account. This one is there right now. As each and every one of you is here this morning, the purpose of this meeting is for you to start putting your papers together so that that one that you have worked for before can enter your account well before you retire. So that by the time you retire, you are home and dry. But the problem is that many of you don't start until after you have retired. And that's why you find some until maybe one and a half years after their retirement, we start getting their papers. And that person will be saying, I have retired since 2012, I have not got my money. And they will be blaming the state government. But they did not start putting their papers together. It is as you make your bed that you will lie on it. So if you start early, and you know, as my lady said on Monday, he was telling the people collecting the money, he said, shine your eye. You also need to shine your eye at this moment to cross the T's, dot the I's, do what you need to do to be able to ensure that you get your retirement benefit, which is the major objective of the contributory pension scheme, to ensure that you get your retirement benefit as and at when due. Another objective of the contributory pension scheme is the issue of savings. I asked a question, innocent question earlier on. I said, how many of you can say, what have you saved since you started work? If I ask that question, can any one of you, from the salary you've been collecting in the last 35 years, can you boast of 500,000 in your account as savings?
But it's very. Why you want to say that?
We are talking of savings in your bank account. Do we have people that have 2 million? 35 years of service, and you can't have 2 million in your account. Lórí èlò bó ṣe wà ní. We are always saying lórí èlò. Right now, as you were working, you were thinking of other things that appear to be material. My mother, my brother is getting married, I must take Ashwebi, I must make my own contribution. Those are things that we do now, and those won't take away our money. So you will find out that it is difficult to say. Now, since you've been contributing now, and the money has been taken forcibly from your account, are you not doing those things? So this is like false savings. From the time you started work, you should be able to say, since I started work, this is what I have been able to save. It's false, you cannot touch it, and it is for your retirement. Why is it important for you to have a say in your base? And so if that's one of the objectives of the law, is to assist people who cannot save, people without financial discipline, and we are all guilty. I'm also guilty. So you will It's to help us to save towards our retirement. We are agile now. We can do things for ourselves. But there is going to come a time when arthritis will not allow us to move at the same pace. When we need a lot of money on healthcare. And all of us, some of us will be saying we are training our children so that they can live our life in future. The truth is training your children so that they will not spoil your name. So if you think you are training them because they can provide for you, but error they should. Because your children will even tell you, your children will, are we getting the gist of this? Your children will also tell you that even if you find some of them that are married, they will tell you, let me take care of my own family first. They will even come to your house and take food from your fridge. So, right now, you also have to plan for your future. And that is why this money is going into ensuring that your future, you enjoy your life in peace. Gbogbo àkùsẹ̀ tó máa dúró lọ́wọ́ kó tó jẹun. Just like ọmọ àṣẹ fún wa á jẹun ọmọ bọ̀ ní dúró dè wọ́n ká tó jẹun. Also, another major reason why the new scheme is beneficial and better than the old one is that it helps us uniformity of rules. Many of us who are, I'm sure, is based in that place. But with the contributory pension scheme, no, with that one will ease up on its own because contributions are made consistently. We don't need to refer to anything anymore. So those are the major objectives of the contributory pension scheme. And as we go on, you will also discover that these contributions that are being made are put in an account by your PFA. That's the pension box. The pension funds are kept secure. Nobody can touch it. It is for your retirement. It's for a purpose, and that purpose will be achieved because you will collect your dues in due season. That's just about the brief. Now, going to the benefits. You are here. What are the benefits that are due to you when you retire? Many of you will have been hearing your colleagues say, I've collected my lump sum. We saw the drama. I've collected my lump sum. I've collected my program draft benefit. I've collected my annuity benefits. In this scheme, there are two types of benefits that are available. Two types of benefits. One is the lump sum, which is like, you can call it gratuity for your comfort, but don't take that terminology. You can call it's a lump sum. Gratuity is also a lump sum. When you talk about lump sum, it's a sum of money that is made available for you when you retire, so that if you want to start a small business, you can have funds with which to do that. The drama we watched earlier on, somebody wanted to use the money to marry another wife. Somebody wanted to use the money to buy a Lexus, even though he's a driver, but they've seen millions. Because I tell you, when you collect your bonds, you will see millions. Some of you will wonder, it is the millionaire. So by the time you collect this certificate, you will see yourself as a millionaire. And you know millionaires, they feel big. So you go out and have millions in my account. And these millions are meant to be permanent in your own hands. And that is where the issue of investment comes in. Somebody will come to talk about how you can manage those funds, aspect of your benefit. To enable you have something big with which you can start a business and become an employer of labor. Now, the other aspect is your pension. Pension entitlements. Apart from the lump sum, you are entitled to monthly pension as a retiree. In the new scheme, you can collect your pension in two main ways. Either through your pension fund administrator, which you have, the pension fund administrator has been the one managing your account in the last 7 years. So you know them. You are already used to them. If your pension can be paid either by your pension fund administrator or it can be paid by insurance companies. Now, what's the difference? Somebody will be talking to us. I won't dwell on that, but I just need to let you know that those are the two main ways in which you collect your pension in this new dispensation. And because this is an empowerment scheme, it's an employee empowerment scheme, it is your right to choose how you want your pension to be paid. Either you want it for life or for a program period. It is your decision. And that is why it's imperative for you to listen carefully so that you will make a good decision. Don't make a decision because my friend decided to sign up with this one. No, make a decision based on your conviction that this will be good for me. This is all what we're talking about. Can you go to the next slide? Those are the benefits. Now we are talking about we've talked about the benefits. We want to talk about how the money that will be used to buy these benefits, what is the makeup of it? Served by you, 7.5 by the state government, and all those monies, they are working for you even as we speak. Those monies, as they are working, they are being kept. You are here to start the processing of your documents for the payment of what you have worked for before. When that one is paid, that one also goes into your account. Some unfortunate people who die before they collect their entitlement, they are also entitled to what we call the group life benefits. But I pray that you will not be entitled to that. Because you have worked for it, you deserve to eat from your labor. You deserve to eat from your sweat. And you will do, God will allow give you the grace. In Jesus' name. I know we have Muslim brothers there, but please permit me. So now, the build-up of your account, I have mentioned it to you. Your RSA balance, your accrued right, lump sum, gratuity, and the pension entitlements that you are due to. Those ones go into your account, and it is what the PFA will use to determine what you can get as a lump sum and the amount available to buy you pension. Now, it's very important for us right now to start to do some things that we have not been doing before. We need to be vigilant because this is our last 6 months before we retire. The things that we need to do is need to start doing them now. We start as we are putting care of us employment and this and that. There are certain things we need to pay attention to in this contributory pension scheme. You need to start to think. The time I started with my PFA, was my contribution going into my account, or I was seeing zero balance? They will give me statement of account, I will see zero balance. Later, when the PFA started to give me statement of account, I found that from 2007 April to 2009, contributions was not there. Where is the contribution? You need to start to ask those questions now. If you start after retirement, it's going to delay you a lot. So you need to go back and check, ask your PFA. Even as you leave now, tell them, print my statement of account for me. They will give you the detailed statement of account. And then you can start to tick off month by month. Are all the months from April 2007, are they there? If they are there, fine. If you find there is any missing, and I am sure in this group there are many with missing months, I am very sure. So if you find out that you have missing contributions in your statement of account, I beg of you, please quickly get in touch with us at the Lagos State Pension Commission. Then we will start to look for where the money is. Because if all those contributions don't go into the account, we will not process your paper. The government must not owe you. You also must not owe the government. So this is now the time for you to start to look at it. If you find out that any money and it has been deducted from your salary is not there, get in touch with us. We will look for it and credit your account. At the same time, we are processing your papers. So we will do it together. But if you don't do it, then we may even get to that point where we are stuck. We complete your account right, but we can't pay you because one leg is missing. So you need to look at that. And another thing, every month Lagos State gives you pay slip. Look at the right-hand corner of your pay slip. Underneath the last part, you find contributions to date. Does it tally? If it doesn't tally, please get in touch with us. If you also look at your statement of account, money is being deducted from your account in your pay slip, but there is a column there where we are supposed to put PFA details. Whether you are IBTC blank, you in fact, that is big problem. Because that means since you've been working, your contributions have not been going into your account. Your money is just sitting down somewhere. So you need to do all those, start to do the work right now. You are taking your future in your own hands. Then as you look at your payslip, I'm telling you things that we have discovered and causes delay for people. Look at your payslip very well. The PFA, is it the one you registered with? or another one you are finding another. And some of us, with all due respect, we are very careless. We just keep these things. It's when we leave now start to say they didn't pay me, I've retired 1 year. When the things you ought to do, you didn't do it on time. So and that's one of the reasons why we decided to start this pre-retirement seminar, to educate people so that they do what they need to do. Even if your PFA is stated correctly, some of you have wrong PIN numbers on the stated on the payslip. And so the payslip, the money you have been deducted, but it cannot enter your account because the PIN number is wrong. Those are things, as you leave this place, you will just go and check your payslip. Check that all those things are there, and if everything is correct, then all well and good. So it is your right to have your entitlements paid on time. And like I mentioned earlier on, we may deny ourselves of this right. Please go back to the last slide. Go back to the last slide. Thank you. Now, if you find out that this is your right to have your entitlements paid for at the right time. If you now find out that on your payslip, the deduction from your salary, you notice if it is almost about 7.5% of the salary that is stated there, please also get in touch with us. Why am I saying this? Right now in Lagos State, we have consolidated payslip. We are not showing the breakdown anymore. So you don't expect, but we know the breakdown. Your contributions is based on the breakdown, but you don't know it. So if you apply 7.5 on the salary and the tallies, then know that excess is being deducted. So you need to get back to us as well. Those are critical things that you need to look out for. Next slide, please. Now, I've explained if there are any, the next one. I've explained that if there are any issues or what you need to do. Next slide, please. Aisha. Next slide. If there are any issues, you just need to get back to us also on that. Now, your pre-retirement documentation. What are the things that you should be putting together right now? There are two types of documentation that you need to do. You are going to do one with us, the Lagos State Pension Commission, and then one with your pension fund administrator. The one that you are going to do with the Lagos State Pension Commission, you are doing it for a purpose, to enable us to pay what you have worked for before you started the new scheme into your account. The other one with the PSA is to enable them to pay you your entitlement. We would have, with our own documentation, have paid what is due to you, and they have the responsibility to pay you your retirement benefits. So that is why it's important for you to know that you are having two types of documentation. So if somebody joins service after 2007, he has no documentation with us. But so all of you here, you have worked before you started work. You have one leg in the old scheme and one leg in the new. So you will do the two documentations. Next slide, please. And what are the things that you need to do? 6 months before, that's why we are organizing this, you start to put your letters together. You know, in the old scheme, what we do is we ask you to bring your letter of first appointment, letter of promotion, all of them certified in copy. Because this benefit relates to the old scheme, you still have to give us those documents so that we can process your old entitlements. And in essence, when you should now start to put together all your letter of first appointment, your promotion letter, your transfer letter, put everything together, get your notice of acceptance ready, your letter of notification, 1% issued, even if you want to before 6 months. If you read before 6 months, it will help you. So that by the time you get acceptance from your organization, you will be nearing that 6 months. When you get to work, then we start the process. And that's why I said you are taking your picture in your own hands. If you start early, you will get your entitlements on time. It's important for you to know that you will fill a form, we call it the last step form. That form you can get it from your agency. If you work either with the local government or the state, there are people here from parastatals. You don't need to fill the last step form. That form is for those that work in service, and we are the ones that need to complete their entitlements. So that last step form is completed. Ensure that the necessary portions are signed. So what wages you will require, you condition. All what I have said is what I have mentioned there. The documents that will come to last time, 2 passport photographs, your pay slip, your means of identification, your record of service, clearance letters from all those agencies of government, then your retirement savings account welcome letter. When you subscribe to your PFA, they give you a letter showing your PIN number. We need to have a copy of that because we want to be sure that that account belongs to you so that the money will be paid into the correct account. We have had instances whereby people they have 2 PIN letters. If you are here, when you started, you registered with 2 PFAs. You started with 1 and later you shifted to another one. That means you have some money in one, you have some money in another one. It's another big problem. And the earlier you start to solve it, the better for you, so that we can harness everything together and determine which is the first one. So if you have 2 welcome letters from different PFAs, please let us have copies and we will do the test that we need to carry out and determine which is the first rule. Like I said, if we receive this your documents early enough, you can be sure that you will get your retirement package accrued right paid to your account before then. I'm sure some of you may have listened to news from your people from your not paying on time. The major difference, and I'm saying this for emphasis, the major difference is that those started early. And I keep on telling people, intending retirees, when you bring anybody, nothing at all. You don't need to, because it's not going to move your file anywhere. It's just a waste of money. So if you feel you are giving money to anybody to process your file, it's a lie. And that's why you need to know that. The determinant of whether you get your entitlement paid on time or not is if you start early. If you start early, you will get it. There is a way this file comes to our office. It comes in batches. And I can assure you that is the way it goes back for payment. It's not that anybody will bring out anybody's file and process it. It doesn't happen that way. The only people that we give preferential treatment to are those that are sick, with evidence that they are sick. And why are we doing that? We want them to enjoy what they have labored for. So if they are sick and we have the evidence, we don't even put them, we remove them immediately and treat them. So we need to understand that the new dispensation is a very transparent thing and is designed with a regular workflow. So there are people here who work with parastatals of government. If you are here and your agency has not been putting your contributions into your account regularly, then you can be sure you won't get access to your retirement savings account on time. And that's why we say just get back to us. There are so many parastatals of government that we have asked us to query. We have asked us to report some to the excellency because what the government wants is that every retiree should get his dues on time. So anything that can stop it, we refer it to him. So there are some agencies here, some of their staff are here, that they come to us to say their agencies are not contributing the money on time. We have noted them and we have taken note of that in our report to His Excellency. For all of you that are here, I mentioned so earlier, and I said if you have a payment in terms of the fact that you have missing contributions, we are not going to issue the final clearance letter to your PFA. If that clearance letter is not issued, there is no way they can pay you. The clearance letter is what the PFA uses to say yes, everything has entered your account, you are not owing government is not owing, then they can work in entitlement for you. Even if we pay your accrued right and we don't issue the clearance letter, the money will just be growing in the account. You will not be able to touch it. And you know that there is nothing more painful as knowing that you have money somewhere, but you cannot touch it. It's very, very painful. And I share with our PFA, what you want me to do, for me, and things like that. Meanwhile, you left what you should do, you left it undone. And the truth of the matter is those kind of possible ignore your problem because it's unfounded. So we need to understand the importance of the clearance letter. We are almost running up now. The next slide. The next slide. Yes. Your RSA balance. Your RSA balance. I mentioned that we have 2 types of benefits. the lump sum and the pension. If you are here and probably you are a junior staff or whatever, or your service is not much, if you are RSA balance, both the accrued rights and the contribution is less than 550,000, they will pay you everything together as a lump sum. They will not process pension for you. Why? If we remove lump sum and say we want to buy pension, this scheme is not the type that those scheme we are paying pension of 1,000 naira. It's not worth it. People, the money you use to transport yourself, come and sign for the 100,000. For the 1,000 naira, you have used about 500 naira. So this new scheme, it doesn't encourage small benefits. If your RSA balance is less than 550, everything will be paid to you and your account will be closed. The essence, you can use that money to start a small business to get by. Thank you. Next slide, please. Next slide. In conclusion, your life in retirement should be spent with ease. You should always be praying to God, be in the presence of your God, because it's your maker. At retirement age, you are closer to the other side than where you started from. You will agree with me. So you should move closer to God, doing the things of God, doing the things that pleases God, because the day of accountability is getting nearer. If you live to another 60 years before you may choose seller. So, but you know that after 60, the better part of life has been spent. You need to spend it in the presence of God, exercising, making sure you exercise your needs so that you don't grow weary. I want to thank you for another the next slide. These are just summary of what you should do in retirement. I say live a life of peace. Exercise yourself. Engage in part-time assignments. Engage in, for those of you that love to do politics, you can start now. You can start to join and then go for world meetings and things like that. Live a moderate lifestyle. Let me tell you another thing I tell people. In retirement, there is a difference between now and the life at retirement and the life you used to live before. Right now, your children have started getting married. And they are sharing, live within your means.